Hey guys, Ryan here for Bender Wins. Hope everyone's doing well today. Here with your daily free picks. All right, guys, so good day yesterday. We only had the one play in free picks, but it was a 2-unit play. We had the New Jersey Devils and Philadelphia to go over 6 goals plus 100, and we hit our 2-unit play. Overall for the day, we finished 3-1. So 3-1 with a 2-unit play. Very good day. The only game we lost yesterday is disappointing, not because we got the loss. 3-1, 2-unit play, we'll take that day. I had under in Colorado and Arizona, and the Hockey Squirrel had the over in that game. So it was another head-to-head matchup, and now I lost again, so I have to do another shot. I'm not doing it today. I got too much work to do today. But I owe him one shot, and I will pay my debt very soon. Yeah, so... honestly, what I'm really swallowing when I take that is my pride. So, anyways, I got that to look forward to. Couple things to go through. Okay, so yesterday, guys, like I mentioned, the New Jersey Devils, Philadelphia, 2-unit play. Every once in a while, it's hard to figure out sometimes if you're lucky or good, but every once in a while, you cap a game exactly right. And that was a game that I capped exactly right. Okay, the things I talked about yesterday, being a much more wide open game. The mistakes that Philadelphia makes leading to odd man rushes. You notice how few of those goals are scored yesterday? Odd man rushes. Okay? Yesterday, guys, that I counted, there was 6 different odd man rushes in that game. High for an NHL game. Breakaways, okay? 3 separate breakaways. One breakaway, the guy literally fell. He tripped himself. And we hit 3 goalposts. There was so many opportunities for offense in this game. You know, even just getting a push on that game would have been incredibly disappointing given the amount of opportunities we had to score. But, you know, it was nice to be able to look at a game and see how these teams are going to match up against each other and change the way they play. If you guys watched the Philadelphia Flyers play the New York Islanders, was this not a completely different game like I said it was going to be? They're going to play New Jersey so differently, guys. And really, if you're going to win hockey games, that's not how you want to play. You do not want to play down to another team or up to another team. You want to play your game. Okay, it's super important in hockey that you develop your identity and you play to your identity. I've talked about this, I think, in previous videos where I've said that, you know, we used to intentionally go out and have some really slow shifts. Have a team, a high-tempo team, a fast-paced team. Have them play down to our game. Slow the game right down. Do that for a couple of shifts. Then what do? You send out the energy line, your top guys, okay? You're absolutely, like, put them all, stack that one line, send them out there for 45 seconds of the best intensity that you're ever going to see out of those guys. And more times than not, good things happen. We didn't score every time, but good things happen because now we have a team that's slowed down, the pace of the game is down, and then you just turn on the Jets and you beat. So that's an example of a team, you know, basically playing down to our level, this slow pace of hockey. And you see that in hockey, you know, it's not, you know, it's certainly not an intentional thing when you get to the NHL. You just see that the pace of the game does change. And the Philadelphia Flyers are guilty of that. You know, they have a strategy, you know, more than likely to play a good defensive game of hockey. They're just, I don't know, they just can't seem to do it. They got good talent on that team. But, you know, you saw yesterday, you know, the defense continue to get caught. They allow players to get in behind them. So anyways, I won't go on more about that game. We won that. Tampa Bay, Dallas, under 5.5. We had that. We took Phoenix Suns money line. Easy winner. I really don't get that money line. The only reason that wasn't a 2-unit play was because it made no sense to me. It made 0 sense to me. And like when something in the NBA makes 0 sense to me, I still think there's value there. It's got to be a 1-unit play, but it made no sense. I mean, the line was way off. So I don't know. Maybe Vegas saw something else and it didn't work out for them this time, but I don't know. I just think it was a bad line. Okay, a couple things really quickly, again, to talk about, guys. First off, I want to address something because I've talked about this not too long ago. If you guys have been watching for last month, in the last month, I've talked about this. So a referee in the NHL just got fired, guys. He got caught on his mic, so they have mics when they make the call. He got caught on a hot mic saying that he was going to do a makeup call. Okay, so the whole thing right now, I'm reading a lot of posts on, there was one post on my board and, totally cool. And there was posts on other social media sites. And I'm kind of going through and it's like, look, I know hockey's a new thing for like certain people, but this is not a corruption case or anything. We're not talking about basketball refs shaving points or anything like that. There seems to be this big scandal. People are like, oh my God, look, the NHL. Guys, if you grew up in a nice suburban Canadian household, I can guarantee that you've had conversations with your friends, watching hockey, with your parents, saying, oh, there's a makeup call coming there, boys. Because you know it's coming. Guys, makeup calls in hockey have been happening for 70 plus years. It's expected. I wish you could bet on penalties in the NHL because I'd be retired in a year. If you could bet on penalties in the NHL and bet a decent amount on them, I'd retire real quick because I can tell you at a certain point in the game, I got a 75-80% chance that team's going to the box next. Makeup calls, guys, are, they're as normal as brown sugar in your oatmeal. Is that a normal thing for Americans too? I don't know. Anyways, it's normal, guys. Makeup calls is nothing new. Being caught on a microphone saying that you're going to give a makeup call, well, that's new. You can't do that. But you have every expectation, guys, and I've talked about this in the past, okay? I even came out and I said, to answer the question, is the NHL fixed? And I said no. Definitively no, the NHL is not fixed because there's no NHL player on earth that would ever go along with that, okay? And I can tell you that with a certainty, guys. It's a different mentality. There's just too much bravado to ever, even just lay down for one play, let alone, throw a game. So no, there is not that. But what did I say? I said the one thing that might be misconstrued is this makeup call, okay? The referees calling these phantom calls. You said, oh my God, how can they call it? They're calling it, guys, because the NHL refs have to make split-second decisions, okay? A play happens, and the refs make a split-second decision. And once that arm goes up, signifying a penalty has been called, you can't change your mind, okay? The ref can't say, you know what, guys? My bad, I'm sorry, I'm not going to call this penalty. No, it doesn't happen. Call a penalty, okay? It happens so quickly. Sometimes there's a goal scored on those, okay? So now the referee's thinking, you know what? That's my bad. That team never should have got a power play opportunity. I got to have a makeup call. Now, normally they don't go on, to their hot mic and say, hey, I got to do a makeup call. You don't do it. But the refs know it's coming. The other team knows it's coming. The team that got scored on knows it's coming. The whole world knows it's coming. Half the arena knows it's coming because, hockey fans know it's coming. So the makeup call, guys, is nothing new. It's been going on for generations and generations, and it will continue to go on. It's just part of hockey, okay? It's the fairest way that the NHL and hockey kind of sees things going. I remember playing in games where coaches would specifically say, guys, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy because we're getting the next call. And you know what? Almost all the time we did, okay? And that's simply the coach. He's not a psychic. He's just seeing that their ref just made a bad call and we got a power play. We scored a goal. He'd bring us all in, guys. You got to calm down out there, okay? Take your man. Keep your sticks down. Keep your elbows in. Shoulder to chest. Nothing that's going to take a penalty, guys, because this guy's going to give us a penalty. And you know what? Even though we're playing that clean game, you nudge a guy, he falls the wrong way, ref's arm goes up. It's like, there's the makeup call, Nothing you can do about it. That is hockey, guys. So, there's a little bit of insight. I know we got a lot of new hockey fans. You guys are loving hockey. And you read something like that and you think, oh my God, scandal in the NHL. The NHL has no choice, okay? This guy got caught basically saying he's going to do a makeup call. They have no choice to save face. But any real hockey fan or hockey player, for that matter, will be able to tell you guys that this is nothing new and it's nothing special. And it'll continue to happen in hockey. Just hopefully the referee's not going to hold his mic down while he's saying it, right? So anyways, guys, let's move on to today. Okay, so look, I have 2 plays today in free picks. I have 4 additional plays in Masterclass, including a 2-unit play in Masterclass. So again, trying to alternate them around. I'm glad we got the 2-unit win in free picks yesterday. Got 2-unit play in Masterclass as well. As well as 3 additional plays to that. Now in free picks, guys, I'm gonna go out on a limb, guys. I'm gonna assume that most of you guys can handle this. I have 2 plays. They're both favorites. Okay, Now, one of them is a significant favorite. If you decide to play this game, which I have, I bet this game and I'm quite happy with it, and I lose this game, it is what it is. I need you, before you run off and say, Bender said do this, and put your bet in, I need you to think, are you okay with the consequences of this? Okay? We're talking about a significant favorite. I get two favorites here. Okay? There's a potential to lose our 2 units from yesterday and more. Okay? So you have to be okay with doing it. I bet massive favorites all the way to massive underdogs. You guys have seen the large spectrum. I think you've seen, outside of, some of the election bets, you've seen bigger underdogs, especially in soccer and Masterclass, than you have bigger favorites. But this is, close to the larger side of the favorites that we would want to bet in a game. Okay, so that being said, guys, that's your little pep talk. Bankroll management is very important, but we're going to be laying a fair amount on this game, so it's important, guys, that, you acknowledge the emotional aspect of losing a play like this. If you don't think that you can handle losing a play with a lot of juice, then don't bet it, okay? That's it. Just don't bet it. It's not the end of the world, okay? We'll be back with more picks down the road. So, think about it. Say, you know what? I'm okay with this. Bender bet it. He's going to be okay with it. He'd prefer to win. But if he loses, he's okay. Right? Okay, so do that first, guys. It's important that, you ask yourself that question. Because look, not everyone, including some professionals, will bet massive dogs or massive favorites. They have a comfort zone. They live within it. And I totally respect that. For me personally, guys, value is value. I do not care what the line is. So, let's get cracking, guys. First play, and this is not the biggest juice we're laying here. First play, guys, we are going to take Calgary minus 165, okay? Calgary minus 165. All right, guys, so you got to look last game at Gustafsson playing in net for Ottawa. A very strong likelihood that he is going to be starting again in this game for Ottawa. So they managed to beat Calgary. Gustafsson, brilliant. 35 of 36 shots he saved to give up 1 goal on 36 shots. However, okay, he is a rookie. He's a young player. And if you go back and look through all his AHL games, which I have done, his numbers are not that impressive, okay? They're not that impressive. He certainly rose to the occasion. He absolutely rose to the occasion. Made some amazing saves. Made some lucky saves, but made some amazing saves and played a great game. I mean, when you make 35 saves out of 36, you had a great game. And he did. I do not expect a repeat of that, guys. Calgary certainly been pouring it on the last couple games offensively. I feel like this is going to be the game they're going to get rewarded. I don't see Gustafsson putting back-to-back, dominant performances to start his NHL career, okay? The man was fired up. He had a great game. Don't look for that. Anyone who's out there expecting that right now and wants to lay money on Ottawa, again, I just think it's a terrible idea. I think that, his numbers in the AHL suggest that he's not quite NHL ready, okay? And when you put a goalie in who's not quite NHL ready, bad things happen for that team. So we're going to take Calgary minus 165 money line, okay? Last play, guys, and this is the one I'm really warning you about. If you don't want to play it, don't play it, okay? Straight up. But here's what I bet, okay? I got Pittsburgh today, guys. I bet a half unit and a half unit, okay? I bet a half unit money line minus 270, okay? I was somewhat tempted to go full unit minus 270, but I decided, you know what? A half unit minus 270, I'm good with. Then I'm going to go a half unit first 60 minutes minus 170, okay? So split it up, basically paying a little bit less juice. Here's the situation, okay? Dustin Tokarski, guys, the name might sound familiar. If you've been watching hockey for a long time, you're like, that name sounds familiar. He's had a cup of coffee here and there in the NHL. But basically, this is a goaltender who kind of lives out of his suitcase, okay? This man has bounced around the NHL, the AHL, and everywhere else you can possibly bounce around, just trying to find his spot in the NHL, okay? I think maybe since 2015, he's got 7 or 8 NHL starts, the majority in the AHL, guys. Now, you got to feel bad for the guy. Coming in to Buffalo. Okay, you're trying to, get back in the NHL any way you can. I mean, what greater thing, if you were trying to break back in the NHL, what greater thing than have the Islanders give you the nod and say, we're going to throw you a net for a game here. And you know what? You face 17 shots and you miraculously save 16 and you're like, yeah, my career is back. But no, poor Dustin Tokarski wakes up and he's on his plane on the way to Buffalo. And he's like, oh my God, I am going to get absolutely pummeled by shots. And that is the case, guys, because he's starting tonight against Pittsburgh Penguins at home, who have been absolutely dominant at home. Okay, Tokarski, guys, we're not looking for anything miraculous out of him. Okay, he's probably going to try to get out of this start and hope they don't send him back to the AHL, where he'll, spend the next 3 or 4 years before making a tough decision to hopefully not retire. That's harsh, isn't it? I feel bad now. Okay, 14 losses in a row, Buffalo. They're going to win sooner or later. I'm not betting on today to be that day. Tristan Jarry. I don't love him as a goalie. I don't. But at home, guys, you can't argue with what he's done. Okay? He's been a great home goaltender. I will not bet this man on the road. Okay? Look at his numbers. 2.86 goals against average. So he's giving up close to 3 goals a game. .909 save percentage. So he's saving about 91% of the pucks. Roughly. 9 goals out of 100 go in. 9 shots out of 100 go in. At home, though, guys, a 2.32 goals against average and a .932 save percentage, which is phenomenal. So you have a story of 2 very different goaltenders at 2 very different points in their playing careers. You have Tokarski trying to break back into the NHL, playing with a terrible team who has their best offensive player out. It's another thing, Eichel, out. Against this dominant Pittsburgh team at home. Okay? Again, there's not a lot to love about Pittsburgh on the road, but at home, I mean, there's no better team right now than Pittsburgh at home. Factor that in with the fact Buffalo's lost 14 in a row. They will win a game eventually, guys, but, I don't see it happening tonight. So, like I said, guys, half a unit minus 270. It's a big number. Half a unit minus 270 and half a unit first 60 minutes minus 170. Again, you need to come to terms with this yourself and embrace the fact that you are okay if this game loses and you're practicing proper bankroll management. So it's not going to crush you. And if that's not the case, skip this game. There's going to be more tomorrow, guys. Or come on over to Masterclass. BenderWins.com, guys. $99 a month. I got a 2-unit NBA play going there. I have another underdog NBA play. I got a couple more hockey plays for you guys over there. So that is it for us today, guys. Thank you very much. Practice good bankroll management always. And as always, have a very lucky day.